So we have here one of the hardest problems on GMAT Club. Why is it so hard? What makes it such a hard problem? And I think this quote explains what makes it hard. So many of the biggest problems of our lives are self-created. And by the way, if you're thinking who spoke these words of wisdom, well, yours truly. Actually, when I thought why people struggle with this particular question, these words came into my mind. Then I searched on Google, assuming somebody must have spoken these words, and then nobody had actually spoken these words, so I became the originator of these words. Well, you can always quote me for these words. Okay, coming back to the question. So the reason this question is very hard is that people make it very hard. And why do people make it very hard? The reason is that people are narrow-minded. I mean, they have a very narrow, limited way of dealing with profits. So as soon as people see, okay, they are supposed to calculate total profit or the total profit as a dealer's initial cost for the 60 cameras, the way they go about this is that they first calculate the total revenues, and then they calculate the total costs, and then they subtract the total cost from the total revenues to arrive at the total profits, and then they divide that total profits by the total costs and multiply that by 100 to get the answer. But that's such a long way. The good news is that there is another way to go about this question, and that's fortunately the way I went about it. So let's try to understand what went through my mind as I did this question for the first time. So it says a photography dealer ordered 60 Model X cameras to be sold for $250 each, so that's the selling price, okay, which represents a 20% markup over the dealer's initial cost for each camera. So which means that if X is the cost, then 1.2x is $250. Now this is not going to give me a very good decent value. I mean, when I say decent value, I mean it's not going to give me 200, it's going to give me some 200 something. So I'm not going to calculate the value of X here because it's going to be a messy value. Of the cameras ordered, 6 were never sold and 1 returned to the manufacturer for a refund of 50% of the dealer's initial cost. So out of these 60 cameras, 6 were never sold and they were returned for 50% of the dealer's initial cost. So that means on these 6 cameras the dealer had a loss of 50% of the initial cost, which means on 6 cameras it had a loss of 0.5 x is the selling price, so 3x loss. Now the question is, what was the dealer's approximate profit or loss as a percent of the dealer's initial cost for the 60 cameras? So now this is the loss on these 6 cameras. So I'm supposed to calculate profit or loss as a percent. So let me just focus on the avenues from which the profit or loss is coming. So I know that from these 6 cameras there is a loss coming of 3x, right? Now out of the 54 remaining cameras, how much is the profit coming? I know that the cost price is X and they are being sold at 20% over the initial cost. So there is a profit of 0.2x on each of these 54 cameras. So the total profit is 10.8x. Okay, so we have the total profit is 10x minus 3x, which was the loss. So 10.8x minus 3x, which is 7.8x, is the total profit, right? And I'm supposed to calculate profit as a percent of dealer's initial cost. What was the dealer's initial cost? So he bought 60 cameras, so the cost must have been 60x. So we have to calculate as a percent, so I multiply that with 100. By solving this I get 13%, which is the answer. Now is it a very hard question? No, doesn't look like. Now I want to focus on what made this question a very simple question. Again, I hope that you agree that if we do it this way, this is a pretty simple question, straightforward question to do, right? Now what made this question so simple was that, as you can observe, I never really dealt with the actual value of X. I kept using XX throughout, right? And eventually we didn't even need to have the value of x because x just cancelled out. Now you may have a question, did I really know from the beginning itself that x was going to get cancelled out? The answer is, well, no. Okay, so I didn't know, but why did I still use x? Because x was a messy value, and I knew that even if I have to eventually use the value of x, I will rather use the value of x at the very end of the calculation, right? For example, let's say if I was asked what was the total profit, then I know my total profit was 7.8x. Now here I would put in the value of x rather than carrying on the value of x from the beginning itself, right? That's going to make my calculations tedious, and I'll also have to write the value of this messy x at every step, right? So I have skipped that part by taking this as x. Another major difference in the way I have looked at this question is that instead of finding the total revenue minus total cost, what I did was just focus on from where the profit or the loss is coming, right? So I could see that in these 6 cameras there is a loss of 0.5x, and in these 54 cameras there is a profit of 0.2x, right? Again, as you can see, I remain consistent with the use of x, right? Once I chose a cost price to be x, and I kept using the same x in my different calculations. Since I just focus on the avenues of profit and loss rather than going a very traditional way, that okay, total revenue minus total cost, right? So these are the couple of things that I think helped me make this problem pretty simple. That's it for this question. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask.